question was asked, what kind of conditions do I drive in? Well, I'm an all-seasons driver, year-round. Obviously, they change from month to month. The one I hate the most that seems to stick around year-round is fog. You just absolutely cannot see through it. I've seen people with bright headlights, dim headlights, you name it. There is a limit to what you can see, and it proposes probably the most dangerous driving conditions out there. The next would be ice, and you have absolutely no control of that vehicle on ice other than being able to control your speed for the traction that may be available to you. Common sense absolutely has to take place in bad weather, and there's times you absolutely need to pull over for the safety of yourself, your load, your rig, and others. My job currently, I'm pulling lead concentrate out of the lead mines here in Missouri to the river barges. So we have that change of the constantly having fog along the rivers. So definitely fog. Some of my encounters that I've had over the years, being a driver, you know, you're on the road, you see a lot of different things come up on accidents, different scenarios. But early 90s, I was checking the drop box for Federal Express in a little town of Oswego, Kansas. A car pulled in off of the highway, ran over the gas pumps, immediately setting everything ablaze. I grabbed the fire extinguisher I had available from the truck, and it momentarily quietened the fire, but it was immediately back just roaring blaze. The lady that was working the convenience store set out a large commercial type extinguisher. I was able to get the fire subdued with it. As the fire department was coming in, I'm going to say 3 minutes they were on the scene, and they killed the power, which controlled the sparks that was igniting the gas from the pumps. At any rate, I think I ended up with the keys to the city on that one for the from the mayor, and a humanitarian award from FedEx. Other things, I've come upon a man that was underneath the van, trapped underneath the van with a broke leg. 5 or 6 of us pushed the van up, allowing the man to get out from underneath it, and then we assisted him until a helicopter got there to fly him out. And in another case, a gentleman was ejected from a vehicle, and he ran upon us. I was working on my wife's van on the side of the road, and he came up on us, and he had about a 3-inch hole in the side of his head and cuts and lacerations all up and down his arm, bleeding. And we were able to hold him and comfort him the best we could till my wife called the paramedics there, and 911 first responders got there and then took over the scene. The next thing that they prompted here is the equipment. What kind of equipment? It'd be probably easier to tell you what I haven't driven in 36 years than it would be what I actually drive. We used 24-foot straight trucks quite a bit in our air freight business, and then graduated on up to the 28-foot pups and twin combinations when I got out of the I spent 13 years in the air freight business that we ended up with twins there towards the end. And then got into the LTL freight business, which had the 32-foot liftgate trailers and the 48-foot liftgate trailers, as well as the 28-foot pups and 48-foot dry vans and 53-foot dry vans. Now, whenever I started out early on in life, we did a little bit of grain hauling on the farm, hay hauling, and then livestock. We had cattle trailers. And then ended up, the company I'm with now, we pulled a 45-foot tanker for a company delivering water occasionally. And then my normal job, for the biggest part, is a 40-foot end dump. Like I said, we haul aggregates to the cement plants and then lead to the barges. But the trucks have always been anywhere from 9 speeds, 10 speeds, and now this vehicle is an automatic, which took some getting used to drop down to sitting there and just holding the steering wheel, not having to shift the truck all day long. So that's pretty much the equipment I've been on.